Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is set to unveil his Supernova smart glasses. We're going to go over what this means for the market, being one of the biggest tech companies, and I'm going to show you a first official look of these glasses. I've seen about a minute of this. Absolutely incredible. Welcome back to the Raw Report, where money meets news. I am extremely excited about it. This is the kind of news that meets money. So let me show you first what's going on, okay? Meta has spent billions of dollars trying to make virtual reality catch on with consumers, but it shifts a little bit to metaverses bet towards smart glasses. Investors will be watching how the public responds. And this guy right here, Justin Post, talks about how these are going to be the future. This guy right here, he says, I've identified and seen the company's focus shift from VR glasses to from VR headsets to VR glasses. All right, I'm going to show you what the market looks like right now for Meta. So take a look at this right here. This is where Meta is at currently. It is valued at $768 a share. And I find this a little coincidental because Mark Zuckerberg is set to unveil his Hypernova tomorrow, Wednesday at 5 p.m. The reason I find that so coincidental is because tomorrow is the FOMC meeting where Jerome Powell is set to speak, give a press conference, and he's expected to lower rates by 25 basis points. There's a 96% chance that he is going to lower rates tomorrow. I find that very coincidental because Meta is one of the top 7, one of the magnificent 7 stocks. And when Meta moves, the whole market moves. So I find this to be more like a backup of reassurance. Should Jerome Powell lean any sort of way that it will make the markets go down, because he might, let's say he doesn't lower interest rates. If it goes down, this is what I think Mark Zuckerberg is doing to make sure that his stock remains high. So right now, you can see here from the markets that expectations came out and it completely went bonkers. Catabolic. $80 in a matter of 4 hours here. So right now our pricing is at $768, and it has kind of just remained channeling a little bit sideways, okay? Right there, a little sideways channel, kind of at the top. We're at the bottom of it, back into that range right now after it fell down from this lower point. So what it's expected tomorrow, this is expected to go catabolic. I'm expecting this thing, Jerome Powell lowers basis points by 25, and this thing is expected to take off. We're going to be watching these highs over here for a potential short if there's any, dovish outlook right now. But we have to be looking at this 5 p.m. news that Mark is going to release on the same day. Smart man. And I want to say, guys, I am a fan of these smart glasses. I'm a fan of these smart glasses. I'm telling you right now that if Mark Zuckerberg drops these glasses, it's going to cost $800, and I'm buying them. Look at this. This is the first generation of the AR glasses. You could only record for about 30 seconds. I bought these things, right? Loved them. All right, loved them. These is the second generation of the smart glasses. I have both of them. All right, and when I bought these, loved it. I wear these the most I've ever worn. I wear these for the UV on my computer, but these are absolutely amazing. 3-minute recording time. You can set it. It shoots vertically for social media. But one of the craziest things about these glasses is when I put them on, I can put them on and I can be like, hey, Meta, what am I looking at? And I feel like go gadget. I feel like a robot. I feel like I'm in the Matrix when I'm wearing these glasses. absolutely incredible. And what I'm about to show you with this new Hypernova, oh my God, we entered into the matrix. It's AR, augmented reality. Hold on, I got somebody knocking on my door. It's augmented reality, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna actually show you the video now. Share this tab here. So this is the video here. First look at it. Let's take a look at it.
So Meta just couldn't keep a secret. For months, everyone's been saying, hey, they're about to drop smart glasses with a display. And then, like clockwork, Meta goes and accidentally posts a promo video on YouTube. It didn't last long, but let's be real. Once the internet sees something, it's never truly gone. For the glasses with a display, the video includes branding that says Meta Ray-Ban and display, which finally clears things up. Remember those earlier leaks that had weird names like Meta Celeste or Hypernova, hinting that Meta might go solo without Ray-Ban? Yeah, it turns out that's not happening. They're still very much in this together. The actual display lives in the right lens. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. Ask Meta AI something on the spot, bring up maps while you're walking, translate signs when you're traveling, and even reply to chats by literally writing in the air with your hand thanks to the EMG wristband. Don't get it twisted though. This isn't full-blown AR like that wild Orion prototype. Think of it as AR Lite, and that wristband, pretty slick. It picks up tiny hand and finger movements, so a little pinch, tap, or swipe on your own skin basically becomes a controller. But wait, there's also a sportier model. This one's called the Oakley Metasfera. Totally different vibe from the classic Ray-Ban look, but for the record, the Oakley Metasfera glasses pretty much don't have a display. It's all about speed, wraparound lenses, sleek curves, basically screaming, I'm made for runners, cyclists, and people who actually go outside. So, yeah, that's the big leak. If you've been following along here, most of what comes next will sound familiar. We've already covered it before. But if you're new, stick around, or if you've seen it all, feel free to skip ahead. Let's keep going. Let's kick things off with the Meta Ray-Ban display, the same glasses that earlier leaks called Celeste or Hypernova. Picture a slightly bulkier Wayfarer frame, but with a small monocular display built into one lens. This is what you'd call AR Lite. Don't expect 3D holograms dancing on your coffee table. The display is meant for simple overlays. From telling the time to weather updates, navigation, translations, notifications, and quick...
Are you seeing how these new updates on the glasses, you're now seeing augmented. So in your view, you're now seeing that. That is absolutely amazing.
AI help. It's basically a smartwatch for your face. The display itself is reportedly using a Loomis waveguide with around a 20 to 30 degree diagonal field of view. Leaks suggest it'll be a color display and not monochrome, just enough to keep it clean and practical. And here's where it gets cool. Instead of poking at temples or constantly talking to your glasses, you'll control them with Meta's Series wristband. This band uses SEMG sensors to pick up tiny muscle signals in your wrist and fingers, so a little thumb swipe or a pinch gesture becomes an actual input. It's basically invisible hand controls, very Tony Stark vibes. Of course, Meta AI voice control is still there.
Alright, so that I think is going to be something that people might not enjoy wearing at all times. The glasses are not going to have, that's new to me, right? The glasses are not going to have a wristband. I get it, because how are you going to be able to interact with the augmented reality in front of you? Most people are going to need, you know, something just like that that's able to read what you're picking up on.
You'd rather just say commands out loud. What's unclear is whether this wristband comes bundled with the glasses or if you'll have to buy it separately. Now, since these glasses have to drive a display, they're heavier than the Ray-Ban Metas. We're talking around 70 grams compared to the Ray-Ban's 50 grams. The frame is chunkier too, because it's housing a bigger battery, extra compute, and possibly even a front-facing camera capable of 3K video capture. Under the hood, Celeste is expected to run on a lightweight version of Horizon OS, basically an Android-based system. That means you'll get a simple home screen, a few built-in apps, and even some mini games. Nothing crazy at launch, but here's the exciting part. Based on the MetaConnect 2025 schedule, a smart glasses SDK seems to be on the way. That's huge because it opens the door for third-party apps. Up until now, Meta's glasses were basically limited to calls, music, and camera features, but with Celeste's extra horsepower, plus cloud connectivity, developers could build.
Could you imagine having this on your face, and you're literally walking around and you have the stock market charts in your glasses, and you're just hovering, walking around in the air? That's amazing.
Way more. Everything from productivity apps to experimental generative AI tools. Speaking of AI, Meta's seriously leveling up here. Celeste will feature an upgraded multimodal Meta AI. That means it can process both voice and visuals, like answering questions about the environment. Ask it, "What's that building?" and it can tell you. Snap a picture of a menu in another language, it can translate it for you. Leaks mention a feature called super sensing, which allows AI to run quietly in the background for hours, not just a few minutes. Imagine this: your glasses notice you left your keys on the counter and remind you before you walk out. Or they suggest stopping by the grocery store on your way home because you're low on ingredients for dinner. That's the level of context we're talking about. And yes, Meta's even exploring facial recognition, like reminding you of someone's name mid-conversation. Pretty handy, right? But of course, that also opens up a whole can of worms when it comes to privacy and security. Who gets access to that data? Like, how is it stored? Could it be misused? These are questions Meta hasn't answered yet, and you can bet regulators are going to have opinions if this feature actually ships. Connectivity-wise, Celeste works a lot like the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. It pairs over Bluetooth to your phone for calls, messages, and internet access. WhatsApp and Messenger calls will run through your phone, so the glasses aren't standalone just yet. Battery life is still a mystery, but with that bigger frame, Celeste should pack a much larger cell than the Ray-Ban model. Some rumors hint at a charging case option too, similar to Oakley's 48-hour case, but that hasn't been confirmed. Either way, Meta's reportedly optimized Horizon OS to stretch power efficiency as much as possible. And of course, let's talk price. Celeste is rumored to start around $800, which is actually lower than the $1,000 plus price point Meta originally aimed for. Pre-orders are expected to open right after the Connect announcement, with shipping in October 2025. The only snag? Availability is pretty tight. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo estimates maybe 150,000 to 200,000 units sold over the first 2 years. So yeah, if you want a pair, you'll have to move fast. Now, if Celeste feels a little...
And again, that price point is going to be around $800. It's going to be super expensive for a pair of glasses. I doubt that a lot of people are going to buy it that fast because of that price point. But somebody like me that likes the tech, I'm jumping on it.
Too futuristic or expensive, don't worry. Meta's also working on refreshed Ray-Ban Meta glasses, codenamed Aperol and Bellini. These are more like what we've already seen, just upgraded. So Aperol is your sunglass version, Bellini is a clear prescription-friendly frame. And unlike Celeste, these don't have a display. Instead, they stick to the classic AI-powered camera glasses formula. Style-wise, they look almost identical to current Wayfarers or headliners, but under the hood, there are some meaningful changes. First off, battery life is getting a significant boost. One of the biggest complaints about Gen 2 Ray-Bans was how often you had to charge them, and Meta seems to be tackling that head-on. On top of that, they'll bring super sensing AI here too, so the upgraded AI won't just be locked behind Celeste. The rest of the hardware is familiar. Dual cameras for 3K photo and video capture, open-ear speakers, and touch or voice controls. Basically, a refined, longer-lasting version of what people already love. Pricing is expected to fall somewhere in the $300 to $500 range, pretty close to today's $299 starting price. So here's the breakdown. Celeste is Meta's first real stab at AR Lite, packing a display, gesture controls, and deeper AI features, but it comes with a higher price tag and limited supply. Aperol and Bellini are the safer bets, no display, but smarter, longer-lasting versions of the glasses people already know. And the best part? Meta is now building a true ecosystem for all these wearables. Between Oakley, Ray-Ban, and their own in-house designs, plus that upcoming developer toolkit, this could be the moment smart glasses finally step out of novelty territory and into something people actually want to wear every day. That is all for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Yeah. So there you go. You guys have it. I am definitely going to get these glasses. I already bought both of these pairs. If you want to get your pair, I have a link in the description below in case you want to buy that. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'm going to see you in the next video.